welcome back to my channel Peonies and Paint. Today I'm going to show you how to renew an old dress. In this case, I can show you on the picture here. It's a brand new dress actually, because you can see the tag is still there. And I never really had much use of an ivory color dress, since you can't really wear it to a wedding. And yeah, I just felt like I had more use of a dress in another color. But I really like the shape of it, so I'm gonna use it as a base.
So to get rid of the ivory, I decided to dye my dress a light blue color. This dye that I used, I bought at a local craft store here in Gothenburg, and is for dyeing using a washing machine. To aid me in this endeavor, I called my grandmother, who had done some dyeing like this back in the day when it was very popular. The composition of materials in my dress was both viscose and polyester. Now the instructions said they would only dye natural materials, which meant that the polyester would stay the same color. I did not know what part was made of what, so the result was a surprise. To remove the puff sleeves, I used this seam ripper to undo the stitches that kept them at place. Then I pinned the edges where the sleeves had been to make a nice edge. This is what it looks like after it's been sewn together. After that, I used this blue ribbon to make shoulder straps. This was a bit tricky since the ribbon was hard to fold and sew, to make nice edges where it would be fastened on the dress. But after some work, that would come together. Then I sew on the shoulder straps onto the dress. A good tip while doing these sorts of things is to try the garment on often and measure to make sure that everything is in the right place. A trick to get rid of the ugly edges on the satin ribbon that I tied in the waist is to use a lighter to melt the edges to keep it from fraying. Since satin is made of plastic, it will not catch fire like natural fibers will, but be careful and make sure that you are at a place where you know what to do if anything goes wrong. The kitchen by the sink is a good place, for example, because metal or stone won't catch fire. Here you have the final result. I used the rest of the blue ribbon to make a nice edge on the bottom of the dress, as well as a ribbon to define the waist. As you can see, the dress top layer became dyed in a pattern which enhanced the lace, and the layer underneath stayed ivory. So as you can see, all the parts of the dress that got dyed blue is natural material and the ivory is polyester. I've heard American channels mention a polyester dye that is specifically made to dye polyester, but I never saw anything like that here in Sweden. Here you see the ribbon that I tied in the waist, and the bow that I tied on the back. So this is the final result. And I have to say, I'm quite pleased with it. I think that I will get much more use of this dress than the dress that it was before.
And I'm really happy with the end result. I could probably take in these parts a little bit, because otherwise you see the bra from the side, because it goes higher than I expected it to. Or if you feel comfortable, you could go braless in this, because it wouldn't show, because it's so many layers in betweens, or in between what you see and what you don't, I guess. So it kind of depends on your comfort level. I don't really feel comfortable wearing a dress without a bra. And this is a good way not only to save money, but also to spare the environment. Because in this case I had bought an entire garment, which takes a toll on the environment just to be produced. And just to remake it the way that you probably want it or fits you better, it's a good way to spare the environment the extra cost of buying a new dress. And also your wallet. And as a student, I'd say that this is a pretty good way to save a few bucks if you need another type of dress. And also, it's quite fun as a project too, just to see what you can make of it. So yeah, if you have anything in your wardrobe that you don't really use, try to figure out why you don't use it, and when you do, change it. Usually it's not as hard as it seems, And you could also, like, if you really feel unexperienced in sewing and don't want to try it, which I would recommend you to do because it's a good skill to have actually. It's helped me out a lot trying to change my closet. Ask a grandmother, a mother, a friend, a dad, I don't know, somebody you know who can sew, and ask them out to help you. Usually people feel excited with these kind of projects. I know my grandma did, at least, when I asked her to help me color the dress, and it was just fun to spend time together doing another project. So I hope that you will try these kind of things out. I mean, there's many different ways that you can change stuff, just to take it in on the sides or make it a bit longer with a lace, change the sleeves. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, color it, a lot of different stuff. So if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and like this video. Have a good day. Bye!